In my opinion, 2026 is looking like a massive year for handbag lovers. Today I'm doing a collab with the luxury queen herself, Michele Wang. We're gonna both do videos on our 2026 handbag wish list. Welcome back, everyone. So if you're coming over from Michele's channel, thank you so much for coming over and taking a look at my video today. If you haven't checked out Michele's video, I mean, what else can I say about Michele? I'm sure every single person who's watching this video knows who Michele is. As I said in the intro, she is the queen of everything luxury. And not only that, but she is just the kindest, sweetest, smartest person that I have met. And I'm thrilled to be able to call her a friend. And I love the fact that I get to end my first year of full-time YouTube doing a collab with Michele. So Michele, thank you so much. Now, I haven't seen her list yet. I do know that she has under 10 bags. I know that. So I tried to do the same. I do have 10 bags. I will tell you right now, it was incredibly hard for me to do. For the first time in a very long time, I am excited about 2026 bags. So let me tell you a little bit about this idea. When Michele and I were talking about what we wanted to do for a collab in December, as you probably know, Michele does a video a day in December. I don't know how she does it. I keep saying I'm gonna do it, but I don't have that kind of stamina. So we were like, hey, let's do a 2026 wish list, you know, for all the bags that are coming out in 2026 that we think are really exciting. And at first I was kind of like, this, because we were talking about this earlier, and I was like, oh, you know, last couple years, to be very honest, there's been a handful of bags that I have seen go down a runway and been like, yeah, I really love that. For the most part, I've been like, oh yeah, that's nice. It's a good bag. But nothing has, you know, made me really excited and been like, ooh, you know, like remember when you were a kid, or maybe if you're really young, you don't remember this, but, and you'd get that huge box of crayons, like the 64 box of crayons, like that was the most exciting thing to me. When I got the 64 box of crayons, and then I think they came out with like a 128, oh my goodness, it was literally like Christmas. Like it was the best thing. So I haven't felt like that in a very long time. I love the Bottega Andiamo bag. Yes, I did finally pick one up. I finally found the color and material for me. I love the Murakami bag that came from Louis Vuitton, the Miu Miu Adventure bag, the Madrid bag from Loewe. These are all amazing bags, and I do have ones that are on my continuous list of bags that I love. But, you know, when they went down the runway, I wasn't like, wowed. My imagination didn't soar. However, there were two shows this year in particular that just made me so excited about handbags again. And most of the bags on this list are from those two shows. So we're going to get into it. I first want to mention the bag that's kind of the outlier on this list. And again, this list is for fun. This is just to talk about fashion, and it's something I'm excited about again, and hopefully you guys are too. I love to see whimsical, you know, unique designs. I love handbags. I always have. My clothing choices tend to be a little bit more sedate, a little bit more upscale casual these days since I'm now doing this full time. And it's because, you know, to be honest with you guys, I'm 5 feet tall. I have a tricky figure to fit. I have the figure of a 50s pinup. Like it's a very hourglass figure, and that's tough on someone who's 5 feet tall. And let's face it, runway looks were not made for someone like me, which is fine. So I've always kind of turned to the jewelry and the bags in those types of collections and been like, ooh, that's where I'll express my creativity, my individuality, if you will. So I have a large collection of jewelry, as you can probably tell, that's very eclectic and very, certainly not minimalist. I have minimalist pieces, but then I have maximalist pieces like this one. And then my bags. I love having something whimsical and fun. I do have my bags that are, you know, very like practical everyday bags, and I love them. But now at this point in my collection, I feel like I can invest in something that's just more fun and just something that I love just to look at and to wear out, you know, because I just love having it. I put these wish lists together every year, and it's a way to sort of also keep me in check. Be like, hey, yes, you love this bag that just came out, but remember, you know, the bag that you loved going down the runway, you can't have everything. Would you want this other one more than this? And so I limit myself to a certain number of bags that I would even be interested in buying. And again, I don't buy, you know, I'm not like, oh, I'm just gonna get all these bags on my list. This is for fun, this is to enjoy. This is what this whole channel is about, right? We all love fashion and beauty, and that's why we're here. So let's start first with the outlier on this list, and that is the Louis Vuitton, getting better, I'm not good at the French, guys. The Louis Vuitton P9. And when a P9 first came out, I think it was a year or two ago, I was kind of like, yeah, it's a soft speedy. I don't really get it. Why is it $10,000? My thoughts are still, why is it $10,000? But I will say this, I got to see one in person. The leather on that bag is how all leather should be. It is the most beautiful, softest, it's stunning. It really is a stunning bag in person. Now, generally I don't go for bags like that because it is slouchy. It's a very slouchy bag. But the person whose bag I saw had a, organizer in it. And when you put the organizer in it, it's more like my Murakami bag that I have, my black one, which I was very lucky to get very late last year, beginning of this year, which I've been carrying all year round. So it has some structure. It's not completely soft. It's not like a hobo bag. And I've looked at all the colors and they've all been very pretty, but I've been like, they're bright colors and they're really nice. But until I saw ones that are coming out for 2026, spring, summer. There's a shade called Blue Silk. Guys, I absolutely love this bag. I mean, the colors just, I literally like gasped. I was like, oh my gosh, that is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Now, there's two versions of it. There's one that has a gold and then the blue silk, or they call it silk blue, I think. And it's a 25. And then they have the one without the gold lettering, which is a 30, and they just call it blue silk. I would take either one. The price point is the price point. So pretty sure that, 2026 is not going to be my year, but again, I've purchased many bags on the secondary market, after years. I keep these lists forever. So, but I'd love to get your thoughts on it because I just love this. Now, the next two brands are from the runway shows that I told you I was incredibly excited about. So let's get to the first one. The first one is Matthew Blazy's Metier collection, the runway that was in the New York subway. Now, those of you who don't know, who haven't watched me before, hi, by the way, my name is Jennifer and I worked for Chanel as a makeup artist half a lifetime ago. Here on my channel, we do all things luxury, and I would love it if you go down and hit that notification bell, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on anything. I have spent a lot of time in New York. I live in Boston currently. I grew up in Boston. No, I don't have an accent. Why? I don't know. Those are all the questions I get asked, like all at once. My dad was from New York. My dad was from Queens. And I spent a lot of time in New York as a kid because his family was there and we'd go back all the time. Plus, I just love New York. I love the vibe of New York. It's changed a lot over the last decades, but it's still New York. And so I love the fact that they did basically Metier are like one step below couture. So these are, super high-end, very handcrafted. That's the whole point of the collection. So it's like one step down from couture. So the fact that they did that in a gritty subway in New York, loved that. And the fact is, if you've ever been on the New York subway, you see everything from ball gowns to rats eating pizza. Like, it is that place. It brings everyone together. It's a unique experience. So I loved the setting, and I love that it brought some fun, some juxtaposition back to Chanel. I think Lagerfeld did that in a different way, but, had that same sense of like theater. Coco would say fashion is not theater, but again, times have changed. So I thought the collection was really interesting. There were some pieces that I was like, I don't get that. I don't understand it, but maybe it's not for me. But overall, I was excited for the first time with Chanel. Now, I know many of the VICs from Chanel aren't sold on Blazy's direction or vision. But I would just tell you, having worked for Chanel a very long time ago, I do see some similarities, and I talked about this in my video, my Chanel video, that the beginnings of Lagerfeld, there was concerns as well. Now, I'm not saying that Blasey is Lagerfeld or that it will be successful or anything like that, but I'm just saying let's give it a little bit of time because I do think there's some interesting things there. And personally, I really enjoyed a lot of the collection, and the bags and jewelry especially, I fell in love with quite a few, way too many. First, and I have my phone because I have some little notes. So the first bag is actually from, I believe, the spring summer collection, and it is this faux croc shopping tote bag. Now, this bag actually existed before, and I have one. I have a blue one in the back. You can't see it, but I do have one. And it's a shopping tote. And the arms are elongated so you can hold it over your shoulder. And that shopping tote held my bigger notebook computer, because it was back in the day, they were much heavier, an iPad, a change of clothes, ballet shoes so I could walk to Congress and then put on heels. I mean, like, it's a workhorse of a bag. And this bag looks almost identical to that bag. But the difference is the faux croc. Now, I don't know what colors it's going to be in. I don't know if it'll be in this pale green when it actually hits stores. Just because something's on the runway doesn't mean it will actually be created. But I love this bag. And if this bag is in any way a reasonable price point, this is something that I would be interested in purchasing. Now, I'm not a huge tote person anymore. The tote bags I used to use for work. Like when I would be going to an office, it was really, especially back in the day when those, laptop computers weighed quite a bit. It was great to have a bag like the shopping tote. that I have. I don't do that anymore. I work from home. I do this. So I don't need a tote. That is true. And this one is open at the top. I don't see a closure, but it is a great travel bag. You can throw a lot of stuff in it and it's beautiful. Now, it depends on how much this is when it comes to the stores, because again, for my everyday life, it probably isn't that practical, but I do love it. I love the design. I love the shape of it. It's structured, but it is a little bit slouchy if it's like the shopping tote that I have, and it fits everything. So it's kind of like a Neverfull for a Louis Vuitton person, but more structured than that. So that's the first one. Now, the second one is this bag that it's an oversized flat bag and it has long arms on it that are leather straps. I'm pretty sure A$AP Rocky was wearing the burgundy version of this. And then this model that has on the denim, which is made out of silk, has, I think, a brown version. It's kind of hard to tell. Again, this is all runway. But this is a slouchier version of almost like a maxi single flat bag. Like that's kind of what it looks like to me. I don't actually know if that's what it is, but that's the vibe I got from it. This bag is slouchy, and I don't know if it'll be too slouchy for me. Like, I mean, maybe when they make it, you know, like they always make tweaks from what it's gonna look like on the runway versus what it actually ends up in stores, if it's created at all. But I love the look of it. It's simplistic, but it's elegant, and it's Chanel without being like loud Chanel. Leather is like just a gently pebbled, simple leather, and my hope is that this is like old quality Chanel. Like this is beautiful leather. And so you don't need embellishment. You don't need crisscrossing or V's or anything else because the leather's so good. That is my hope. Now, the next couple bags are the exact opposite of that. They're not in any way simplistic and they're not in any way minimal. And Coco would probably say these are a little over the top, but I love them. Okay, the first is the 25 bag in this faux fur Dalmatian print. And I have been looking at the 25 bag for a while and I've gone back and forth because again, it's like open at the top, but you do have the drawstrings that close it. So I was kind of like, okay, maybe. Tried it on in the stores. I like the small size, believe it or not, which surprised me. The medium was just like the medium would work. I could do a medium, but I actually like the small size. And I looked at a light blue suede color combination. That was lovely, but I was kind of like, you know, I'm going to wear suede and a light blue. It's kind of like rub. This faux fur, this is fun. This is hilarious. And I love the fact that it's Dalmatian print. Obviously faux fur, but you know. I just think it's great. I love it. It's fun. This would be the 25 I would buy if I ever am to buy a 25. Again, it will depend on price and what it ends up looking like and what size it ends up being, but I thought the whimsy in this was awesome. Now, the next one is a woven leopard. It looks like the brown and the burgundy bag that I referenced before in the sense like it's an oversized single flat bag. Now this one has chains. This does not have a leather strap. This has chains. And it looks to me like a woven knit, like a maybe tweed with a leopard print. So it's got the black, the brown, and like the cream underneath. Again, oversized. I love a big bag, guys. I'm big bag energy, not tiny bag. Like I said, my maximalist tendencies go into the bags and the jewelry. So I love this bag. This was my favorite. And I would honestly tell you, like from looking at this, now Michelle will know better. If this is something she was interested in, she'll know how this was made or how this was done. But it looks to me like this was an incredibly intricate bag to make. Like this looks to me like a very difficult thing to do. I don't know that it is, but it looks like it is. So I'm gonna guess this is probably out of my price range, but I love. And then this one is, I think, also sort of a Dalmatian print. I'm not really sure what it is, but it looks to be like a half flap, and it's got the little pull down with like the CCs on it, little turn lock. And then it has chains and then a strap, like a comfort strap, almost like a handheld. Now, I don't know if it'll fit over the shoulder or not. I don't know if it's adjustable, you know, who knows with any of these things. But I love the whimsy of the animal print. I love the black and white nature because it will go with everything. It looks to be, I think it's like a fabric. I think it's like a, I don't know what it is. It could be a knit. It could be a faux. I just absolutely loved it. And I was like, oh. So between that and then the leopard print and then the Dalmatian print of the 25, like I don't know which one I would get. I'd have to see them in person, but I love them. And then the last bag from Chanel, which I thought was really interesting, is this faux croc bag that has a handle kind of like a Speedy, a soft Speedy, and it's all in this green. They had a red one too, a green faux croc. And it looks like it's rounded on the bottom, and then the top has this, you know, rounded handle, and then there's a chain strap as well. I absolutely love this bag. I love green. I love the faux croc. I hope it's done well. I hope this bag is actually made. I mean, for all we know, it's not going to actually be created. Ellie, you're not supposed to be up here. Ellie just made it upstairs, guys. She just had her surgery like 5 days ago. If you get a pit bull, realize they're very determined dogs. They don't relax. Hold on, let me help her get her on the chair. Now again, I don't know if this bag is gonna even be made. Purse Bop had this on her vlog, so I didn't even see this during the runway. I saw it when she did the review, but I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And who knows, there might be other bags that, you know, Chanel either didn't have on the runway or had on the runway and you didn't really see. Those are the ones from Chanel that I am very interested in. In my opinion, the best handbags of the runway for 2026, spring summer, so far, Fendi. I personally am a big Fendi girl. Back in the day, I loved Fendi. I had a lot of Fendi. I still do. Older Fendi, like with the old designs, and like I have a big, really heavy wool scarf that I love. It's like more like a wrap. But anyway, and I have one Fendi bag. I do not have very many Fendi bags. I have a peekaboo here that has the, this is like a medium size, and it has, this is a velvet, and it's, I forgot what the name of this one is, but it's got like swirls of color. It came in a blue, and I think it came in like an orangey red combination. I don't have a baguette. I know. Growing up on Sex and the City, you'd think I would have a baguette, but I don't have a baguette. And I've often wanted to get one. Like there's been ones that have popped up that I've been like, ooh, and then I haven't pulled the trigger. To be honest, the style I like more than a baguette is the mama baguette. Believe it or not, it is more structured than you think. Like it does have this drawstring top before the thing comes over and closes, which you think of kind of like a hobo, but the bottom is like solid. So there's structure to it. And I like the medium size. I almost bought there's an eel one that I loved when I went out to LA in my shopping trip with Sophia, and Sophia Sees Beauty, and I really loved that bag, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna wait. And it sold out like everywhere. So that says to me that there was something on its way that will be better. Something that I will like more, or I'll put it on my list because I'll realize it was like the best thing ever and get it secondhand someday. I absolutely loved the show. I thought the Fendi show was fun and whimsical and colorful and entertaining, and there were a number of bags that I fell in love with. So this first one, is this bag that is a silk knit, and this is a mama baguette. Now this is in the brown. There was also one shown that was in the small size in a green. I would want the green, of course, but I want the medium size. I don't really like the small size of the mama baguette. I love this. It is literally a sweater knit. And there's nothing I like better than a really beautiful sweater. So I love this bag. I even like the brown, to be honest with you, but I just, I'm a green girl at heart. So I don't know what the inside is gonna look like. I don't know what the price point is gonna be. I don't know if they'll actually make a medium in green, all of those things. But the idea of the bag, the fact that there's a knit that goes with it that you can buy, I don't know if it'll be a cardigan or a dress or whatever, but I loved that. I loved the whole thing. Okay, I'm very excited about it. And then there's this beaded applique. I think this is a baguette, like a really big oversized one. I'm not sure, but it has a strap handle kind of like the Speedy, the soft Speedy. And there are these beaded flowers with like applique on top of the flowers that are really colorful, and then a black background. There was a smaller one too, but I like this size. And I'm not sure what this bag is, but the vibrancy and then the mix of the structure, but then it's also soft. I love this. Like I was just so impressed. And this bag is very, very me, because it's like, there's a mix of structure and soft, there's a mixture of color and black. That's a bag that I think would be so much fun. Talking about fun and whimsy, and a mix of structure and practicality, and then exact opposite, the peekaboo bags that have the sequins or the whatever that is on the inside of it. Now, there are ones that look like there's like confetti on the inside, like this one here with the brown on the outside and the purple on the inside. And then there's others, and I'll show you the snapshot I took. It looks like it's all beaded, almost like a Seurat painting or Monet painting, like pointillism on the inside of the bag. When I saw that, that was the winner. Like that was it. I was just like, that is the best thing I've seen all year. Now, how practical it will be, I can't tell you. That front pocket is gone to you. Like you're not putting anything in there because it will damage the art. So yeah, that is a thing. I'm not gonna lie, but it might be worth it to me just to carry that bag around. I mean, I love that bag. Now here's the thing about the peekaboos. The peekaboos are very structured bags. And for me, the small peekaboo is not big enough to actually carry what I would want to carry. Like I like the medium size because the small you really can't fit a lot in the pocket. It's just not who I am. I know there's people who walk around without a capacious bag, who have just keys and like a credit card. I cannot be that person. Even though I'm not going into an office anymore, I need to have options. And, you know, I need to have like possibly, you know, migraine medication in my purse and some Advil and tissues and my sunglasses and some lip balm and maybe a bunch of different lipsticks, and you get the gist. Like that's who I am. I need to have options. So yeah, that's the thing. So I don't know what sizes will come in. I don't know how heavy it will be with all that beading. Like I like the beaded one. What I would say is the medium size is heavy. Like it's not a light bag to carry. So again, the practicality might be really low. And if it is, then the price will come into it. Like maybe it's something I have to get on the secondary market when the hubbub has died down and it isn't, you know, whatever it was. Because again, there are bags out there that I love the look of, but they're so impractical. Like the Paddington bag, the Chloe bag back in the day, the original one. I loved the way that bag looked. It was super popular, and yeah, it's more of a hobo, but that's the reason I didn't end up getting it. But it's the lock on that thing was so heavy. Carrying it was just, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing it. So there's some concern, but I still love the bag. The next one has the same issues. Okay, first of all, this color is me. Like I love all these bright blues that are coming out. I'm so happy. I'm so happy there's so much blue and green in the world right now. Anyway, and the glasses. There's glasses that go with this. I've seen the glasses. I kind of want the glasses. I know it's slouchy. I know. Those beads, if it's made like that, those beads are gonna dig into your shoulder and feel incredibly uncomfortable. I know that, but I still love it. So what I'm hoping is that when they actually make it for the market, the beads will be like something that comes down the bag, or it looks just like that, like exactly like that, but there's also a leather strap that you can put on it that you could use. Because I can tell you right now, I love this bag so much for the color and the design, but I know those wood beads would drive me crazy. But I still have to see it in person. To me, it's a work of art. The last 5 years, to be very blunt, I've been very bored by most of the offerings out there, and I could count on my hand maybe like 5 bags that I thought were interesting and unique. So now I have 10 bags that I'm already in love with, and I haven't even seen them in person. So I'm very excited for what might be coming in 2026. So I'd love to hear from all of you for the giveaway. Which bag are you most excited about in 2026? Are they on my list? Are they like a brand that I didn't even mention? I would love to hear. So put that down in the comments below. Make sure you like, make sure you hype, all that good stuff. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, of course. And I just want to say again, thank you so much to Michele for, most importantly, being a wonderful friend, a person who I can go to and has been incredibly helpful this past year for me going full-time on YouTube. She is everything you think she is. She has exquisite taste. She's a fun and kind person with a very dry, witty sense of humor, which I love. And I felt very lucky to get to know her. So if you haven't checked out her video already, go over and check it out. I will be doing the same to see if we have any overlap. So thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon.